Hello everyone, this is the third episode of Developer Diaries, and we have a very special guest, Siddharth Dayalwal, who is a community intern at Progate, MLH Summer League event, mentor at MLH Summer League events, Google Crowdsource Influencer, Coding Blocks Ambassador, and lead organizer for Hack This Fall Hackathon. So he has been a part of 40 plus hackathons. So that's a huge number. And he has roles like mentor, speaker, and organizer as well. So, hi Siddharth, how are you?
Hey Seema, thanks a lot for that wonderful introduction. And I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great as well. So, can we just have your introduction in your words?
Sure, definitely. Though you have introduced me pretty well, but surely I'll touch upon few more things at the moment.
Yeah.
So first of all, hello everyone. Thanks a lot for joining today and sparing some time out of your schedule and joining this live stream to hear what we are going to, talk about. So first of all, really appreciate that. And as you all know, myself Siddharth Dayalwal. So currently I'm a pre-final year student at Barbary Institute of Technology, and I'm a community intern at Progate. Also, I'm a Google Crowdsource Influencers. And as Seema told about my hackathon journey, so yes, I've been to more than 40 plus hackathons so far. And love for hackathons is at next level for me because I really love, interacting with people, meeting them, talking to them, and, solving their queries on daily basis and just having fun around with tech and community. So that is what I love to do on daily basis. And in the same way, like as a HSC, as she said, that I've been part with various different roles like mentor, judge,
Yeah.
speaker, and this is how I spend my time on weekends, and during the weekdays I used to do community works, host events and different such stuffs. So yeah, really looking forward to the session today, and thanks a lot everyone for the wonderful, interactiveness in the live chat at the moment. And
Yeah.
yep, Seema, you can move ahead.
Yes. So, you have been to many hackathons. So, how was your experience? Can you share some of the insights that can help the students?
Definitely. So everything which I'll talk about today is, solely focused on my experience. Like it has come from what I have learned and what I have experienced throughout my journey.
Yeah.
So I'll start from beginning. So from the very first hackathon of my life, it was in way back in, 2019 in the month of February. So first of all, when I entered my college, I wasn't knowing what hackathons are all about, and I was just curious about about hackathon name itself, because the hackathon name includes the word hack within itself. And
Yeah.
s- hearing such words like hack, you get curious about, is it like breaking the systems and getting done some robberies or something like that? But it is not actually like that. So when I got introduced to the word hackathon, and when I attended my hackathon in February 2019, it was pretty new for me, and I tried to learn new stuffs and tried to know more about it. And in the same way, and luckily I won that hackathon. And the environment which that event in gave me, so after that I didn't looked back. And after that I attended as many as hackathons as I could in my reach, of course. And yes, and after then I each month I attended different hackathons at different places, contributed in as many as I can. And talking about experience, it has been a great one altogether, because it's not about just winning a hackathon, but you also get to meet a lot of new people, of course, because
Yeah.
uh, they come from some different backgrounds, they do share some different things, so you got to learn different things which they have already experienced. They do share their expertise, you share some ideas, you will learn something out of them. You will network with people, right? Also, apart from networking, you also get to find new opportunities which can in turn help you to grow in your career, to grow in what you are doing at the moment, right? So apart from winning, it's more about learning, growing, connecting,
Yeah.
and making new friends.
Of course. So, were you not afraid of hackathons ever?
Like being a friend was none of my set of mind at that moment of space, I would say, because right from beginning I am much of a curious kind of a guy. And I
Okay.
am, looking forward to such events or such opportunities where I can open up myself, where I can interact, right? So anything new which comes up in front of me always, makes me curious that what it would be, how would it be after I experience that thing. So such things, such mindset will give you that opportunity to dive deep into what new thing is coming towards you, and that is what
Yeah.
makes you, outspoken towards your community, and what you are actually trying to do.
Okay. So my experience was I was all about like I was so afraid of taking part in hackathons. I don't know why,
Mhm.
but yeah, I did took a chance and yeah, I started working in like I took part in one hackathon till
Mhm.
now. That's it. So what was your best hackathon and why?
So I would say like there were various different hackathons. As I said, like I, took part with various roles. But I would touch
Yeah.
upon one of the best which I had, as like there are two so far, because I have never, talked or thought about in particular that which one was best. But as a hacker, when I was in my second year, so I participated in the Angel Hackathon series that was in Bombay in 2019 in the month of June. So that was one of my favorite hackathons because it gave me a boost. It gave me a lot of great exposure, I would say, because Angel Hackathon series have been one of the greatest hackathon communities in the entire world, right? And when I attended that thing, it gave me some another level of exposure, because beforehand I used to take part in hackathons, but not at such a big level. But I took part in, you know, to in some big names as well. So with the help of that, what I understood is it's more about, what I was actually experiencing. It's more about what I was actually knowing. It's not, limited to what actually I was knowing. So that's the thing. When you come out of a comfort zone and you take part in big hackathons and big names, it's not about winning or losing. It's about getting
Yeah.
out of your comfort zone and getting that exposure which you deserve. So that is where, I would say, the turning point of my hackathon journey, to be precise. And every aspect of a hackathon that can be considered was one of my favorite from that hackathon as a hacker. But on the same side, when I talk about being a mentor, so everyone who are aware about, hackathons in general, they are knowing MLH, Major League Hacking. So they are one
Yeah.
of the biggest hackathon communities in the entire world right now. Their main motto is to, uh, cultivate or, support all the hackers around the world to nurture their ideas and turn them into reality and help them in their journey of their hackathon, right? So that's the thing. So currently I'm a mentor at MLH Summer League events. So there are various Summer League events happening each weekend. And, everyone who is a beginner or intermediate or experienced, this is the opportunity for you guys. So there I am experiencing my best thing over these events. So why not you also come up and join us, right?
Yeah. So it's approx 2 years for you just for hackathons. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's just a short time, and you have already been into 40 plus hackathons. So that's a great thing. So
Yeah,
can you discuss about some thing about Google Crowdsource?
definitely. So, talking about Google Crowdsource. So basically, Google Crowdsource is a product, or I would say an application on Android, and you can also use it on web version. So what it allows
Yeah.
you to do is that you can make the Google products like Google Maps, Google Photos, Google Lens better and better by your contribution from your local area. For example, whenever you are typing something, for example, I'm typing cloud in Google search, so you'll get a lot of photos of cloud, right? So where does that comes from? It comes from
Yeah.
the well trained data set of that machine learning model. For example, if let's take another set of example where I am capturing a picture of a cloud and putting it in the Google photos, so it will tell me that this is a picture of a cloud, right? So where does that,
Mm.
recognition comes from? It's obviously the machine learning model behind it. But for every well trained machine learning model, we do need different training data set, right? Because if we do not have well trained data set, we do not have well trained machine learning model, isn't it? So where does that
Yeah.
data comes from? So this is one of the way, one of the, approach we can say, where Google collects the data from the consumers or the people around the world. Now, for example, let me tell you, I am in India. There might be a photo of some typical Indian festival, right, which might not be known by anyone from US, right? What if a US person wants to recognize that picture on a Google? If we do not have enough data set of that particular image or that particular festival images on Google or in the training data set, it the US person won't be able to identify the same, isn't it? So that's the
Yeah.
thing. If we do not contribute from our culture, we do not represent our nation, our community, it won't be highlighted like out away from what where we are living. So that's the thing. So Google Crowdsource helps you to contribute your community images, languages, culture, in a way that can help other persons to know us better.
Okay, that's great. Um, what was the best experience, if it is as a speaker or mentor or a hacker?
That's a typical question for me because
Mhm.
to be precise, it's each and every role has different experience altogether, and I love
Yeah.
being each and every one of them. When I started, I was a hacker, right? So I experienced each and every elements of being a hacker. It was like starting with formation of team, then collaborating with people, talking to them, learning new ideas, attending workshops, implementing them, then pitching, judging, and collecting different resources to understand the concept in a more better way, enjoying free food, free swags, obviously. And
Yeah.
apart from that, just having fun, that is all my motto of attending all such things, because at the end of the day you should feel happy about what you are actually doing, and that's
Yeah.
the clear thing, right? And when I talk about as a mentor, so as a mentor as well, there are different set of experiences. Like I get to meet a lot of more people than I met as a hacker, of course. And becoming a mentor becomes more professional because you get to meet a lot of other mentors who are
Yeah.
participating in a hackathon with you. You get to meet them, interact with them, and just share ideas and share what you are doing, share your thoughts, and building up more
Yeah.
stronger network, I would say, right? And at the same time, being a speaker, right now I am a speaker, right? So I get to meet all the amazing folks joining us today, right? They are active in the live chat, so I can interact directly with them, which I would not have been, which would not have been possible for me without being a speaker, right? So there
Yeah.
are different set of experiences, and I personally love them all.
Okay, so many people have the stage fear, or they are afraid to talk on stage or in front of many people. So, do you have any advice for them?
Yes, definitely. So whenever I do public speaking, whenever I come in front of a group of people, I would say, so I do speak, but what happens is that after wherever, like I'm sitting alone, and people do ask these questions to me, that so that don't you get like don't you have a stage fear, or don't you feel afraid of speaking in front of a large audience? So don't you feel that kind of afraid of fear? So I do have fear about public speaking as well, but at the same time I know what my purpose is, right? So for
Yeah.
all those people who think that they are feared in speaking in front of a group of people, just keeping just keep one thing in mind: the people sitting in front of you are not your enemies, are not the monsters. They are also the people like you. It's just that you are not sitting beside them, but you are standing in front of them, right? And it's not like you are saying something wrong. Just feel as if they are your friends. What I do is that when I before going to the stage, of course I feel like there are a lot of audience, I need to speak these, I need to keep up my calm and feel relaxed and composed. Just take a deep breath and go on to the
Yeah.
stage, look around everyone. If you feel like you're shivering or something like that, which happens usually with few folks, so what you can do is just have a sip of water, or have a walk on the stage, talk with them, make it interactive, make it as if you are talking to your friends and something like that.
Yeah.
And this way you can and even before you are going onto the stage, you can practice public speaking. Where can you practice? You can make your family sit in front of you, and tell about anything, just talk about anything. Let them give you one topic and you can, feel free to talk anything, because your family won't be judging you. In the same way, you
Yeah.
can have your friends in front of you, maybe 5 to 6 friends, and practice public speaking over there as well. You can see yourself in the mirror and talk with yourself as well. So these are few things which can help you a lot in leveraging what you are actually doing, right? And talking about actually going onto the stage, just feel as if the people sitting in front of you are your family, your friends, and you yourself in the mirror. And never look onto the sky. Just maintain the eye contact, and that is all. Just keep it simple. Do not need to worry at all. That is
Yeah.
all it matters. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with all of these. So we have a question from Krishna.
Hmm.
Can you describe about MLH Fellowship? I just applied to that today. Please explain. My domain is Stack.
Hmm. All right. So I guess Seema have already had a great,
Yeah.
developer diary with Harsh. So he has
Yes.
explained it really well about MLH Fellowship. So I would strongly recommend everyone who is having MLH Fellowship queries or doubts with respect to that, please go to her YouTube channel and check out for the video that where Harsh was featured. So I'm sure that you
Yeah.
might be able to get all the answers to your questions over there.
Yeah. He gave some great advices.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Abhishek is asking, what do you think? Are you satisfied with what you have achieved as a community guy currently, not comparing with future plans?
Yes, definitely. So, Abhishek, it's like, I haven't kept any target as of now. It's all about, happening naturally, because when I started my journey from college, right? So, entering my college after my high school, I thought that I want to do something which every engineer do have in their mind, that as soon as they enter in their first year of college, they do think that they would do something different. They would do something that can, help them gain that uniqueness within themselves, right? So in the same way, I also had that excitement, because everyone does have that. And when I started, I just had one thing in my mind, that I want to contribute in whichever way I can, right? Irrespective of roles. I've never kept roles in my mind. I just had my thing cleared in my mind, that I wanted to do something and I will make it count. That is all what that is all what I had in my mind at that moment of time. So talking about the same, I would say I haven't quite kept any target with the same, that I would achieve this, or you know I wanted to do this in this specific time period. It's all about going with the flow naturally, just contributing what you can do, pushing your limits, opening up yourself, and getting used to the exposure and grabbing the opportunities, most importantly. So
Yeah.
working on these small little things, you will eventually able to climb that ladder of success, slowly. It's not that I have never failed. I have failed a lot, many times. I have contributed to the community a lot, many times, but it's not that you will always get what you are expecting. It's all about contributing without any expectation. At the end of the day, you do think that I have done so much for the people. I've done so much for few communities, but why am I not getting back something? It's all about timing. It's all about the correct place, correct time, correct hard work, and correct efforts, I would say. And yes, talking about my expectations, so as I said, I have never kept a target. So I have never I would say never marked myself in that, am I satisfied or not. I'm satisfied with what am I doing. I'm satisfied giving a talk over here, sharing my experience with all of you. This is my satisfaction, because at the end of the day, when I go to my bed, I should feel that I have done something productive the entire day.
Yeah.
So that is my satisfaction. Neither the targets which I have achieved, and nor the people getting connected with me every day, because that is not my target. My target is
Yeah.
to just contribute and keep it natural.
Yes. Uh, Ashutosh is asking, in a year, how many hackathons and how will you come to know about the hackathons?
Yes. So Ashutosh, it's not like there are particular number of hackathons that you need to attend per year. It's like it depends
Yeah.
upon your capability and your mindset and your planning as well, I would say. So what you can do is just look around for hackathons. And as you asked, where can you find hackathons? So there are a lot of hackathons happening every weekend. You can search for the hackathons on different platforms. Like as I earlier mentioned, Major League Hacking host
Yeah.
different hackathon weekly. Every weekend you can find one or the other hackathon happening in some or the other corner of the world. And currently the time of pandemic, you can take a lot of advantage of it, because virtually you can connect with people sitting in different countries, so that is a plus point, right? So
Yeah.
one of the platform is Major League Hacking, of course. Then comes Angel Hack, then comes Davefolio. There are a lot of other hackathons on Davefolio listed. Skillenza is one of the platform, then Incubate India,
Yeah.
Dave Post is there. So there are a lot of platforms where you can go and search the hackathons. There are different theme specific hackathons that you can look around. For example, if you are looking for a particular theme, for example blockchain, or some Python related hackathon, or any hackathon in general, you can find everything over there. Yep.
Okay. So, Neeta is asking, can you please suggest me about my stage fear? I have confidence to speak in front of everyone, but every time I start talking, my body starts shivering.
Yes, Neeta. So this was basically what happened with me when I started public speaking. Like, I started very small when I was in school. So when I was in school, I used to be monitor of my class, and my class teacher always used to make me stand up in front of my class, and she used to tell me that, come on Siddharth, talk about this topic or tell everyone about this particular thing. So right from that age, I used to got shivering in my legs, and I started shaking. So that happened with me earlier in my high school days. So what I used to do was having something in my pocket. So nowadays, you might be knowing that the spinner comes around, which you can spin, right? so
Yeah.
so what I used to do in that days was, I used to have some balls, like the iron balls, which we used to have in the cycle chain, if you recognize that. So I used to keep that balls in my pocket, and one hand I'll be holding the mic, and on the other hand I'll be my other hand will be in my pocket. And what I used to do is just rotate that balls, and in this way I used to divert my mind. What other
Yeah.
thing I used to do was have something have something like walking around the stage, and having my friends sitting in front of me, so that I can make eye
Yeah.
contact with them and not others. So what I used to do was, in the crowd itself, I used to make my friends sit in different corners, so that I can directly see them, because I have practiced in front of them, I would say. So when you're beginning, you can do such stuff. So you'll gain some confidence, of course, and with this span of time, you will be able to gain more experience and get better on such things. So that's the thing. But definitely now I do not do that, iron balls, or keeping my friends in the some corner. Of course, you become great at public speaking with practice, so
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah. A few talks will be there. If you fear any thing, yeah. Shivering is always there, so it's
Yeah.
not it's not a big deal, so that's okay. If you shiver, that's okay. I
Yeah.
used to be like, my cheeks will become red, so yes, that happens with everyone, so that's a normal thing. So
Agree.
yeah. Yeah. So you were a mentor at MLH Summer League events. Can you discuss some things about that?
Yes, definitely. So it's like MLH Summer League events are, hackathons happening each weekend that MLH hosts by themselves. So there are different set of themes they are coming with, and which are pretty cool. And it's very creative as well. So every weekend there are different hackathons. Like coming up is the Shark Hacks, which is some new concept altogether, right? So as I said, you can visit mlh.io/events. So I'll just share that link
Yeah.
in the section as well, in the chat section, so you all guys can also just go over to that. And what you can do is just register for the hackathon, and come join us over there. There are different events, there are different workshops, many events happening over this span of for 24 hours, 36 hours, and 48 hours. So yeah, talking about my experience, it's about mentoring. So currently I'm a mentor at MLH Summer League events, and it's like people from different parts of the world join over there, and we do have dedicated Discord channel for each hackathon, and there are different channels as well. So people do come, ask their queries if they want to network. I also many times jump onto a Zoom call or a hangout call with them, just sharing. They do share their ideas, ask for suggestion, and this way we communicate. Like, obviously we are virtual at the moment, and then we come up with some solutions with their problems, and eventually they end up getting the fruitful solution which they were looking for. And in a similar way, uh, interacting with other mentors as well, so it's altogether a great experience because I have fun. At the same time, I do learn many things because currently I'm also a student and I'm also learning, so I won't say that I'm a perfect or I'm a professional. But at the learning stage, I would say that these all things gives you that level of exposure that you can open up yourself, because sitting back in your room didn't help me in my earlier days. But when I
Yeah.
tried to come out of that room, face the camera, talk to people, that was the time when I realized that no, Siddharth, this is something that you are getting in a correct way, right? So
Hmm.
that's the reason I'm much more outspoken towards such hackathons, such events, such communities.
Yeah. So, Harsh is asking how to stay calm in situations when it can get difficult to be.
Yes, definitely, Harsh. It's a very relevant question, I would say. And this is the situation which came in my life many a times, I would say, because there have been, of course, I'm a beginner, I'm a learner, I would say. Everyone is a learner in their life. And when
Yeah.
you start with something new, so you will experience a situation which you have never faced before, right? So that's the thing. And here is when you will face different challenges, different scenarios, which you will either solve by your previous experience, or which you will
Hmm.
solve by your thinking, critical thinking, which I say. So here is when critical thinking and mindset and a state of mind comes into the picture. So whenever such situation comes into my life, to be precise, any difficult situation, so how to stay calm over that time. So what I do is just sit back and relax first of all, and try to think each and every possible case scenarios or possible outputs of that particular thing according to my actions. So first of all, I try to study the problem, the situation really very well, and then I come up with few ways or few approach with which I can just handle that thing particularly. And then I think upon what can be the probable output. I know it's a bit stretchy kind of thing, it's bit it will take time, but it is what I do on the daily basis. But many times it comes, there's a situation where you where you need to have some reaction instantly, and you do not have time to think a lot out of it, right? So in such situation, what you can do is just listen to what your mind says, not your heart. I would again repeat, just listen to what your
Yeah.
mind says. Just just refer your previous experience and others experience. That's why I say, when you talk with people, just do not talk for just for the sake of talking or interacting, but just learn from their experiences, learn from different people's mistakes, and then and
Yeah.
only then you will improve yourself. It's not about just talking with them and it's done. No, it's not like that. You also learn from others mistake. You also, it's also one more thing I want to add over here. It's never like small or big, or experienced or less experienced. Everyone is on the different stages of life, and no one is equal, of course. So it's not about not learning from smaller ones or less experienced one. It's all about learning the correct thing from correct person from correct situation. So this is what I would say at this moment of time. And just be very precise in what you're doing. Know your guts, and remember your previous experiences. And also, of course, if you have little bit of time, you can talk to your mentors, you can talk to your family members, your friends, who can guide you well. So these things
Yeah.
really helps a lot.
Can you please share best tips on public speaking for beginners?
Definitely, Deepak. As I said earlier as well, you can start with small, small talks. Like you can discuss a topic with your friends, with your families, and you know, maybe in a group of people of your class, maybe, or somewhere around your society, or your relations, communities. I would say your family gatherings over that time. Just come up with some topic or discuss something. So this is how you'll get some confidence in a way that you can you know get to understand few points, of course not all, because there are different aspects with public speaking. You need to have content, you need to have body language to be to
Yeah.
like good diving deep into much more technical terms. I would say there is confidence, there is content, there is body language, there is audience. So all such points together, when you analyze and then when you note it down on a pen and paper, you will get to know the graph of the particular thing. But I won't go in that technical stuffs. But as a beginner, what you all can do is just open up yourself in front of the people, in front of the people who can listen to you and won't judge you, because they are the person who will motivate and cheer for you, right? So you can definitely start, and that will help a lot. I have personally experienced that. And also few of my friends have done these things, and they are a good public speaker at the moment. So this really helps a lot.
Yeah. So, how communities have helped you? Like, you have been in many communities, so what was your learning and some experience?
Yeah, definitely. So community is the word which again I fall in love with, in the same way I fall in love with hackathon. So it's like, when, for an example, you are visiting a different country apart from India, right? So if there is someone for you to look out, and if there is someone who can take care of you, right? So what will you do in that moment of time? Won't you go and help or reach out to that person? If I'm new to any country, I'll definitely reach out to that person that I believe can help me, right? So
Yeah.
there comes a sense of trust, there comes a sense of relation, a bond, I would say, confidence within that person, right? And here here what I should compare a family word with the same. So the same thing is the community for me. The community is family to me, I would say, because when I started, as I said, in my first year, so I attended various events. I went to all the meetups, workshops, boot camps, whichever were in my reach, wherever I could go. So I never missed that. And attending all those events, I came to know about the community stuff, right? That there are communities, there are different communities where people of same interest gather together, and they talk about it, discuss it, and they share ideas, they share problems, solve that. And then I realized that this is something really interesting, and if I get an opportunity to interact with such like-minded people, why not give it a try and talk to them? So slowly and gradually, I connected with few folks who are actively contributing in the community, and then after that, I joined few communities. It's not there isn't any form that you need to fill up to join any community. It's just that you become the part of it, and it all happens so naturally that you won't even realize that the last day you were alone, and today you are having a lot of big people as your family members, as your community members, right? So it happens very naturally. And talking about community, like how they have helped me out, I would say on my each and every step, they were the people who were there to support me, who were there to guide me, who were there to let me open up my arms and just grab the opportunities, because I wasn't knowing any opportunity. Though I always say in my talks that you need to have some self research from your side as well. But unless and until you do not have that one person or one people backing you up, so you won't have that self motivation. Of course it's required, but you won't have that inner thing that I must do this or I should do this, right? So I'm not talking about a single person, but there's a lot of other people and a lot of other communities when backs you up, together, it becomes more stronger. So whether
Yeah.
it's like mentorship, so there are my different mentors, so they guide me, they talk to me on daily basis. My friends are there, they are there to support me, guide me. They also do tell me if I'm going wrong somewhere. So there are a lot of other things where community helps you in, right? They help you in learning new aspects, and letting you jump out of your comfort zone. So altogether it's like, cannot it can't be expressed in few words, right? So it's the feeling that you experience altogether, and you cannot note it down one by one.
Yeah, absolutely. We learn a lot from the communities, and yeah, we share our experiences, and we get to learn many technologies that we didn't know earlier. So yeah, that's a great way to learn and grow ourselves as developers and students. So okay,
Yeah.
so okay, so can you talk about your projects that you made in hackathons?
Yep, definitely. So there were different projects. So when I started my very first hackathon, so my first hackathon, I made a self improvised or self cleansing solar panel, because at that moment of time, in my city, there were a lot of houses who were having solar panels on their rooftop, right? So
Yeah.
due to which, what happened was, the dust got collected on the solar panels, and due to which the electricity, the ratio which we get as electricity output got reduced due to that dust. So what we did was that we made a self-cleansing solar panel with the help of IoT devices and MIT App Inventor. We used MIT App Inventor for making apps at that moment of time, because we weren't knowing any coding stuff, right?
Hmm.
So just on a click of a button from a mobile app, you can directly command the motors, the rotors, and the cleaners to clean the solar panel entirely, and it will collect the dust with the flow of water, and along with that it will collect all that muddy water into a filter, and that water can be filtrated, and all the dust can be used to plant a tree, and that water can be reused again. So that was the thing. You are also increasing the efficiency of electricity, you are saving the water, and at the same end, after the day, you are planting a new tree. So this was our idea, and we also implemented that in our very first hackathon, and we ended up winning that hackathon. So it was great experience altogether.
Okay, so are you using that project right now,
Currently
or
it
someone is
was,
using?
yeah, definitely it is in use at the moment, and a few of
Okay,
my family members do have that business. So currently they have
okay.
installed that thing and applied that the same idea over their rooftops, and it's currently working fine.
Yeah, that's a really great thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to learn from others' mistakes.
Yeah, that's really a good point. As I said earlier, like
Yeah,
learn from others' mistakes. So it's like, you know, for example, there are two situations where you can learn from others. First is that you are part of that scene when others are making mistakes, right? So
yeah.
what you can do is just observe your surrounding. The first and foremost
Hmm.
thing is you need to observe what is happening in your surrounding. Don't be blank. You need to think and say first of all. And if you think the person is making mistakes, what you can do is, if you have experience, you can guide that person that this is something which you are doing wrong. And if you're not
Yeah,
having some experience at the same time, obviously you can put up your point. But what you can do is that you can just observe it and just let that person know. And if not possible, just see where he is going wrong, or where's the step where he is getting some diversion, right? So this is one point. And the second point is, you are not a part of that particular situation, and you get to know the mistake later on, right? Now, know the thing which happened wrong, know the thing where the person went wrong, and know the thing what the consequences were. When you're knowing the situation, where when you are knowing the point where the person went wrong, and when you are knowing the consequences, these three things you must know, so that you cannot repeat that mistake. Because if any same situation comes up, and you know that you have faced the situation earlier as well, right? So you'll get an alert in your mind as well, that this is the step which I do not need to take. Of course there might be any other step that can be wrong as well, but that is your mistake then, right? You're not at least repeating the mistake which anyone else has done. So that's the thing.
Um, okay, so do we have any other question?
Let's check.
Who is Hemant sir? I don't know. Many of have already mentioned that I am a student of Hemant sir.
Oh, I guess there's a fan following, I would say. So let me clear you guys. So currently Heyman sir is my father, so he is the principal. So that's why
Okay.
that's the reason. So there are a lot of students joining as well. So I guess they want me to say that thing. So hey guys, I'm a son of Heyman sir. So I hope you guys are having fun and enjoying. I hope you all are staying safe during this pandemic, and thanks a lot for joining again.
Yeah. So, do you have any life lessons that you want to share with the students?
Yep, like talking about life lessons, there are many, I would say, because
Okay.
currently I'm a pre-final year student, as I said earlier, and I'm currently in the third year. But even when I talk and when I say that I'm currently 20, my age is 20, and right from my high school days, I used to get much involved. Just I won't say this as a bad point of mine, but many people do say this thing that Siddharth, you are much outspoken, and Siddharth, you are much of a grabber of exposure, grabber of opportunities. So some people think that this is wrong in me, and this is something which I should avoid. But as I say in my other things, or a normal conversation as well, that people will say this is their work to say, right? As the Hindi song itself says, that kuch to log kahenge logo ka kaam hai kehna, right? So
Comment.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Just ignore the people who are coming forward and telling you something wrong about you. There might be people who genuinely care about you and will say
Yeah.
something which really can help you a lot. But at the same end, there might be people who won't like your progress at the same time. So I would say
Yeah.
just ignore those people, because you are knowing what you are doing. Just keep focus on
Yes.
what you are doing. Keep the faith in yourself, because there are a lot of people in this world, but what matters to you, this is your decision. Your family, your friends, your loved ones are the person whom for whom you are doing all such things, for whom you are doing all the hard works, right? Day and night you are working for whom? For yourself, for your parents, for your family, right? So that's the thing. So first of all,
Yeah.
just keep the faith in you, keep believing in yourself. First point. Second point is never lose the hope that there might be the deadliest of situation in your life which can come up, or which you might have already experienced. But but you need to keep one thing in mind, that there is if there is something that do not have solution, it's not the real case, because everything either has some solution or either it doesn't have. But if it doesn't have, then it's not the real scenario. It will definitely have some or the other solution, right? So you need to find
Yeah.
that solution out of the experience, out of the learnings which you have got so far. So never lose hope is the second tip which I would like to give over here. Third thing I would say is, be opportunistic. Grab the opportunities, whether it is small, whether it is big, because you can't judge the opportunity. If it seems good to you, you cannot predict the future is
Yeah.
unpredictable, right? It can be turned out as the golden opportunity for you. You never know what is the output of the same, right? So don't think that you should attend, you should grab it or not. Just grab it. The consequences will depend on what you do after grabbing it, right? It all depends upon
Yeah.
what you actually will do with respect to that opportunity. So do not forget to grab any opportunity. That's the third thing. And in the same way, like, I can go on, but it's like, live your life to the fullest. At the same time, don't forget to live your life, and just be happy, and be hydrated. Live your life to the fullest, I would repeat that again. And just don't feel sad about anything. The God has given you this life. Make it count, and put your 100% efforts in what you're doing, and be honest to yourself at least. And rest all is, like it's not obviously the motivation session, but of course the rest of the learnings you actually know.
Yeah, so these are some great advices. Yeah, I would totally agree on all of that.
Mhm.
We have some questions. Uh, how to get started in public speaking?
Yep. So I guess Rutvik, it's like a repeated one. So no worries. I'll just
Yeah,
say it again. So what you can do is just gather your friends or family members and talk randomly on different topics. You can just ask them to ask you questions, and you can live answer them. This way you can have a healthy discussion, and just make one thing in your mind that you do not. You select those people who can guide you, who can help you, who won't judge you at that moment of time and appreciate what you are doing, cheer you up, and that is the group of people where you can start. It's not that you need to get out of your house. Just have a small gathering in your house itself, and just talk to them on a different topics, and don't talk just sitting beside them. Talk by standing in front of them, as if you are standing on a stage or somewhere, right? So this is how you can start with public speaking, and then eventually try to give some talks irrespective of the topic. And slowly and gradually, after a few talks or few experiences, you'll get that confidence within yourself that yes, I can do, and I'm doing it in a good way, right? So that is one of the things which you can do.
so how can one find the right platform to give a talk? So can you share that?
Definitely. So talking about right platform, it all uh, sums up to your interest, I would say. Because if you are clear with what you want to speak on, then you can select those places, right? For example, if you are a professional speaker, so there are different way people approach you directly, right? And
Yeah,
if not that, if you are self interested in giving a talk somewhere, you can either select for different call for proposal, which comes out on either social media or different platforms like Sessionize is there. So there are different things where you can apply, and according to your experience, according to what you have written in the process, you might get selected. Other than that, what you can do is host your different events where you can speak about whether it's technical, whether it's non-technical. It all depends, right? And also
yeah,
how what to speak, it also ends up on what your interests are. Currently I'm speaking on
mm,
hackathons, communities, and public speaking because this is what I like the most, right? On the other hand, if someone is a chef, he or she would be speaking on some food items or something like that. So public speaking is irrespective of the topic. Public speakings are two words, that is speaking and public. It means speaking in front of a public, speaking amongst the members of different communities, a group of people, right? So that's the thing. It
yeah,
is never attached with any subject or any topic or any domain, I would say.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, Deepak is asking, what was your best and worst experience ever in public speaking?
Let me think. So best, like, I remember that I went to one of the colleges where I was invited, and I went there for an activity. So yes, like there was an auditorium, of course, and people were sitting there, and I didn't remember actually the numbers, but it was quite around 200 to 300. And okay, there is one more. There is one more. So I'll speak both of them. So yeah, so I was just that was, I guess, my 10th or 12th time, because that was, and it was in my college life, of course. So that was
Mm,
one of my best experience, because the people sitting in front of me, my audience, were very happy with what points I shared over that time. And they were very interactive. I had a lot of fun interacting with them, and we made it very full of fun session. And we were laughing, we were giggling, we were sharing our ideas. Everyone were actively participating. So this is the kind of audience which I appreciate, because they are not just sitting and listening. It's like a dialogue and not a monologue. So
yeah,
these are the types of sessions which I like the most currently. uh, Seema is asking to me, folks from live chats are asking to me, so I'm able to interact with you guys as well. So this
yeah,
becomes more of interesting and outspoken towards what I have not prepared with, or what Seema have not prepared with. There's a sense of surprise, right? And that
Yeah.
sense of surprise should always be there in everything, right? Because this is life, of course. There will be different
Yeah.
challenges, but when you come up with something better than what you were expecting, that is the best part. Also, I remember when I was in my school, so I was the head boy of my school. So that was one of my best day, because at that moment of time there were more than 500 students sitting in front of me, and I was given the responsibility of giving a speech. And I was quite much fascinated in those days to just speak. I was feeling as if I am a politician and I'm speaking in front of a
Mhm.
lot of people. So that was one of the best experience. And talking about the worst experience, so there was one event. I didn't remember actually what was that event, but I just remember that there were lot many people, but it's not worst in a bad way, but it's worst in a way that can be considered as a lesson, I would say. So in
Mhm.
that session, particularly the audience, I would say, was not pretty interactive and much engaging, I would say. And they were like, in spite of asking many times, you do not get response. Of course, then you need to
Yeah.
divert the topic and turn up in a way that can make it interactive. But every way I tried every way which would have helped me making it more interactive, but it unfortunately it didn't help me. So I guess that was one of the worst experience, not worst but a bad one. Worst is
Yeah.
like the extreme word for the bad. So yeah, it's all about that. But yeah, I as I always say, I enjoy what I do and I never regret what I did. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. So anyone has any question for Siddharth?
Yes, like guys, feel free to add those questions in the chat, and we'll look around that and we'll answer that as well. And meanwhile, if Seema, I can share my screen and show them my
Yeah,
website
sure.
and my hackathon journey.
Absolutely.
Sure, give me a minute. Okay, I've shared it. Let me know if that's visible to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess you can remove the yep, that thing. All right, so guys, on the screen you can see my website. So it's like siddharth-hacks.live. So this is what my username is as well. So this is the website which I have specially created for showcasing my hackathon journey so far. So as you can see over here is my description, what I talk about, what's my belief and all such stuffs, and a few of my experience. And here it starts like with my hackathon journey. So currently as an organizer, I have hosted three. This is the upcoming hackathon which I'll be hosting along with my team. So this names as Python Week, the Python Week. As a speaker, these are the hackathons where I've been part of, and these are the hackathons where I've been mentoring various hackers joining in. And these are few hackathons where I was participating as a hacker, and I've also mentioned what were the projects like. As here you can see, self-cleansing solar panels, so I was the winner. Smart parking systems, smart biometric attendance system, student network platform, Netra, eye for blind, auto transcribe, intelligent and smart, and all such different projects which I made in different hackathons. And appearances, obviously, as you can see, currently I'm live with Bash Woman and talking about hackathons, community and public speaking. So you can find all my sessions which I previously gave over here. You can directly click on this link and find those sessions over there. So yes, you can also, you can find my upcoming sessions by visiting my website. So I do update this website every day. So it's all about that. And these are a few memories of mine, like from my past experiences, from my past events where I have been into. So yes, as you can see this image, so this is the image where the people are around, like 200 people are there. So I was having handling the orientation of students. So this is where I was. And yes, I enjoy a lot of community meetups over here. As you can see, there are different boot camps. This is a picture from a hackathon and different stuffs. So I really love doing that, as you can see. And here are all my social media handles, so you can directly connect with me over there as well. So this was all about my website. So definitely you can visit that once and look for that as well. So Seema can
Yeah.
share the link in the chats as well, so it would be easier for you.
Yeah, I have already shared the website and you can connect with him on the and all of his social handles are already in the description of this video so you can connect with him.
Definitely.
Yeah, we have a question from Deepak. Which tech you love the most?
So talking about tech in general, so in school days I started with hardware programming, I would say. And because I was much curious, I saw the Three Idiots movie, and when Rancho, used to open all those fridges
Yeah.
and all those devices, so I was so fond of doing that thing with a screwdriver in my hand. So I started with doing that, and eventually I ended up with hardware programming. Then later on, when I started with my college, I jumped onto the IoT thing, kind of thing, with IoT devices. I made different projects. As I mentioned in my first hackathon, I made a IoT services, right? So that was the
Yeah.
thing which I loved the most at that moment of time. And then getting different exposures and different learnings, I eventually jumped onto the machine learning. And yep, I continued with machine learning with like for quite a few months, I would say. And currently I have started with different tech stacks, I would say, with different language, to be precise, and it's like Golang. So currently I have started with Golang. So if in case you have any queries with that, feel free to ping me, and I would definitely try to help in any way possible. i'm also quite I'm also like learning at the moment, but definitely we can learn together.
Yeah. Yes, I really like the website too.
Glad that you guys liked it.
Yeah.
Yep. Do we have any more
So
questions upcoming?
anything else? Yeah. Uh, I don't see any right now.
Okay, I guess one more is going to come. It's on the YouTube live chat, but it's not on the StreamYard yet. Okay, it's like, can you please share some tips for hackathon hobbyists?
Tips for
Yeah. So, tips in the sense, means what do you mean by hackathon hobbyists? It's like you love attending hackathons, right? If I'm not wrong. So it's like, as I said earlier as well, just participate, and just don't participate for sake of participating, but utilize the time you are devoting over there. Meet different hackers joining in, talk to them, connect with them, talk with different mentors, and know what they are doing, and share your ideas, share your experience, learn from their experiences, right? And just utilize the time you are devoting in that hackathon. Learn something new. There are workshops happening in each and every hackathon for different tech stacks, right? So you can attend those workshops, learn something new. Maybe you can end up making some unique projects which can turn out as a winning project as well, right? Collaborate with different team members. So this is
yeah.
all you can do. And of course, there are different unspoken opportunities which comes with different hackathons, so don't forget to grab them. Yes.
So I guess that's it. So thank you so much, Siddharth, for coming here, and it was such a great talk. I too learned a lot of things from you, and yeah. So anything you want to share?
Nope, nothing as of there. Like, I don't have anything in mind yet. But if in case anyone
Okay.
do have more questions, you can definitely reach out to me. You know my social handles, my
Yeah.
website, and yes, don't forget to subscribe Bash Woman, because she is doing wonders, and I really appreciate the work she is doing, because she is inspiring a lot of other young girls and young women to dive deep into young at such a age into the tech, into the tech communities, and that's really great to know. And she's actually utilizing the time of pandemic, and I should really recommend every one of you to use this time. And this is the time when you can do something which you have never done before, try new things, and enjoy your life.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Siddharth. We have a question. Which was your first project and what inspired you to do that?
So I guess like I have already mentioned this before, so it was quite long. So I would suggest Deepak to just rewind the session, and I just detailed everything over there, so you can get that over there as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a great talk. Thank you so much, Siddharth, again. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Seema, for having me, and looking forward to see what else comes up onto your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right
So,
then. Thanks a
see you
lot, everyone,
everyone
for
in the
for joining.
next. Yeah. Yeah.